good people, how could you be a principled friend?
How could you let yourself know? So you're going to remember because you circled that.
I'm Paula Stewart and I teach kindergarten at Bonny Slope.
I'm Lauren Bobetsky and I teach kindergarten at Bonny Slope.
So PYP is the primary years program, and the main difference between teaching traditionally and being at a PYP school is making your lessons inquiry-based which ensures that your students become thinkers themselves. They become critical thinkers.
Letting students know that their learning is their responsibility and their choice. It's how we think, how we act in all situations. So it's becoming responsible, independent learners.
All right, boys and girls, what have we been learning about lately? What's our main idea that we've been learning a lot in here? I wonder what it is. Sally?
Using our communication skills.
Using our communication skills. When I started here at Bonny Slope, the inquiry process was kind of overwhelming for me because it's not the way that I was instructed on how to teach. It's made me really think about rephrasing how I ask questions. I'm having so many more discussions coming through the children and them exploring and finding the answers out themselves. And as they find the answers out themselves, it's much more meaningful.
PYP really validates their curiosity. It really makes them understand that what they want to know about and the thinking that they're doing is what's going to help them move forward in their own learning. How do you know you're done? Because if you look on the When You Think You're Done poster, one of the choices is to start a new book, correct?
To teach in a different way that I know is right and I know it's best for children, but it takes a lot of thinking. There are so many days where I go into Lauren and I'm like, this is what I'm teaching today. I'm not sure how to make it inquiry-based, and then that's where we do a lot of collaboration and a lot of talking. And she won't give me the answer, so she kind of follows that process as we work together, but she'll ask me a question that will lead my thinking a different way.
Having Paula here as a veteran teacher really has helped me kind of ground my teaching. When I think about something that I assume maybe a 5-year-old can do, Paula will bring it back and say, well, in my experience with 5-year-olds, this is where they're at. What do you do now? What do you mean you don't know how to read? I'm confused. And she said, well, isn't it easier to write when you know how to read? What do you think? What do you think about that?
You don't need read to read. You just need sound it out, that's all.
Oh, he said you don't have to be able to read the word that you want to write down. You just sound it out. So he's giving you a strategy. I mean, you just sound it out.
I think the students are much more engaged in what's going on because they have buy-in, because they're part of the process. When questions are asked, we research it. We find out answers about that. Those questions lead to that discovery. And when they discover it, then they learn it, and it's in here, it stays there, and it's exciting to see.
Yeah, and it seems like they don't even know necessarily that they have the capability to do this kind of learning until you ask them to do it. But it's more repetition in growing their independence. It's more repetition in having them reflect on what skills they're using that day. You're always asking the students, how do you know that? Or what makes you think that? Or what are you relating that to that gives you that understanding? And they're not used to making those connections, so kind of pushing them in the direction of, you already know a lot more than you think you know, so use what you know to gain your new learning.
It's a whole different way of thinking for us, and we're expecting our kids to think this way, and we need to change our thinking. It's about learning. Just like the kids are learning and they're changing, I'm learning and changing, and it's a process.